Hello folks and welcome to Craic News. It's our debut show and we have a fantastic guest in store for you tonight. It's not only one of Northern Ireland's most lovable comedians, but he is also one of the most charismatic substitute teachers that I ever met in my entire life. It's Joel Cahill, folks.
90% of that was true, I'd say. But thank you so much for having me. Delighted to be here at your debut.
Thank you very much. So we'll start off talking about UFOs, right?
Okay.
But do you believe there's life out there?
You know, it's almost statistically impossible that there isn't some sort of life out there. And now, whether that's little green people who are going to probe us, probably not.
Yeah, I was going to say, if you were going to say no, like, who's been sneaking in my window and probing me for the last 10 years? But
yeah, you should probably report that to the police, James, if I'm honest.
If there was an extraterrestrial, like, landed in Belfast, like an ET,
yeah,
like, I feel like it'd be such a different... I feel like the scientists or the government would get hold of it and they would just be like, we need to really understand if it's like a Catholic extraterrestrial or a Protestant
exactly. Yeah. I mean, like all those movies where they land in America and all, people would just shoot them. We've seen how they treat humans.
I know, exactly.
who are from different countries. Never mind a different galaxy. They're not going to be long for this world.
If you encountered a UFO, what would you do?
Am I just sort of going about my business and meeting them in the street, or is it like a prearranged? I have to think about these things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go little green man.
Yeah.
And he lands in your back garden. He knocks on your back door, and he's like, "Joel, you got to help me out here. If Christ landed."
Okay. So the alien speaks English. But, yeah. I mean, I'm such a charitable person. I'm gonna take them in.
You're gonna take them in.
Chat to them, find out about them.
Oh yeah.
See what we can learn. You
wouldn't be like, this is a prank. You're straight in believing it, and you're just bringing them in. You're cooking them dinner, and you've adopted this alien within 10 seconds.
Oh, indeed. Well, I am very gullible. I have to admit. I do volunteer work in a charity shop.
And there's lots of aliens come in.
Well, funny you say that because very recently I was in and this guy comes in and he takes out his phone and says, "What's up, my TikTok followers? In today's video, I'm going to rob this store." And,
no way.
Yeah, and he starts stuffing CDs in his bag. And I don't know what to do. I go up and like, "Mate, what are you doing?" He's like, "I'm robbing the store." Happened is, I'm first and foremost a coward. So, and as a volunteer, I don't get paid to protect the store. So I say, take whatever you want. I'm going to call the police and stuff. This goes on for a few minutes, and then eventually he stops and says, "Oh, it was just a prank video because I wanted to see your reaction," which, by the way, was horrible.
See these prank videos?
Yeah.
You're still causing mental, like...
Oh, yeah.
Like, you can't just, like, shoot someone in the knees and then go... Oh,
yeah,
it was
just
a
joke.
prank. You've scarred them. You can't just scar someone for a prank. It's too far.
Yeah. And all this to say, I'm quite gullible, so it may well be a prank, this alien, but, I choose to believe that...
Fair enough. And if it's a prank, you're going to get like 1 million views on TikTok. So
exactly, yeah.
What do you think about this conspiracy theory that we are already in a simulation?
Well, like you, I sort of think there might be something to it.
Yeah.
If you want to be existential about it, lots of people believe in religion and stuff. Ultimately, are we all God's playthings?
So.
Because a month ago, I was in my bedroom, just getting up. Don't worry, it's not that kind of
story. Keep it PC.
Yes. So getting up for the day, and I go to open my door. It does not open. Like trying to move the handle, would not budge. The lock had got stuck, and isn't that just like something from The Sims when you're like trying to kill your character?
And is it? I don't play Sims, by the way.
The people are basically sadists and they kill the characters in The Sims.
What?
Yeah.
I feel like people who play these games, I feel like, first of all, if Northern Ireland was a simulation, I feel like it'd be a weird, like the game broke.
And we're living in Grand Theft Auto. But,
feels like it sometimes, like, to be honest.
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
Burning buses.
Yeah. Hey, Dublin this time, not us. So I was stuck in my bedroom, and I live with my parents, so basically me, a 33-year-old man, had to call my dad to come and rescue me.
He just had to pick the lock.
Well, he sort of tried.
He put the door down.
He eventually did, but first I'm on the second floor, so he had to get a big ladder and basically come through Rapunzel style, except he looks more like Danny DeVito. And
just the sides of his hair.
In the end, he just got a big, massive hammer and smashed it in. Wouldn't even let me do that.
Old-fashioned way. That's what you do.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite conspiracy theory, or a conspiracy theory where you're like, that's pretty true?
One that sort of fascinates me is the idea that we didn't land on the moon, that it was all fake.
Okay. Yeah.
Because immediately the question that springs to my mind is, if that was fake, why has no other country tried it? And like,
why has no other country tried to fake it? Or what?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like North Korea could be like, oh, we landed on the moon and we put big missiles and they're aimed at the United States. And we win. Yeah.
We've talked UFOs.
Mm-hmm.
We've talked about. We haven't talked about time travel. Any thoughts on time travel? And it's a very open-ended question. Any thoughts on time travel? But
well,
you study physics, right?
Yeah.
And you were saying you were teaching GCSE students about formulas.
Yes.
So within that research, is there a formula for time travel out there yet?
Not as of yet. Although I do find it interesting that I forget what percentage, but quite a bigger than expected percentage of Americans think that time travel has happened and time travelers walk among them.
Yeah. See, here's what people say to try to debunk it, right? I think it was Stephen Hawking said something like, if time travel was possible, then we would have met a time traveler.
Yeah.
I don't believe that's true. If I had a time machine and someone was like, you get to go back in time, let's say it's even only a couple of years to invest in Bitcoin or something, right? And get ahead of the curve. I'm not going to go back in time and be like, hey, I'm a time traveler, because people are going to put you maybe in an asylum, or they're going to be like, let's figure out where he has this machine. So I would keep it to myself.
Yeah, that's fair. I guess if it existed, you'd want to avoid paradoxes, that like destroying the world. Again, I'd love to believe it. Stephen Hawking, I remember him doing a series, and one of the things was he was going to host like some kind of party. But and he wasn't going to send the invites until after it had happened. To see if anyone turned up. Spoiler alert: no one did. But that time travel.
Maybe it was just because it was Stephen Hawking and no one wanted to go to his party. That's it. I want to believe in time travel. That's the theory I'm going with.
I would go to Stephen Hawking's party. Oh, definitely. Yeah. Apart from being like a genius, he was supposed to have a really good sense of humor.
I've heard he had a really good sense of humor.
Yeah. Where would you go if you could time travel, do you think?
See, I feel like everyone always, where would I go? I think I would just go back in time of my own life. It sounds a bit boring, and do something like invest in something, and then now in my present would be like a billionaire or something. I feel like I would, everyone always says like I go back in time and kill Hitler.
Sure.
But like, I feel like you would do that, and then like it affects things in different ways. So like, you do that, and then like certain people aren't born, or you aren't born, and it's like you mess it all up. I'm like, I'm too irresponsible to go back and do anything. So I would just keep it selfish, keep it local.
No, to quote Jeff Goldblum, that's chaos fear.
Yeah.
I don't know where I would go. I'd probably want to see the future, to be honest.
I didn't even think about the future. Oh man, can't take it back.
Think about the future.
But would you come back? Well, it depends what's in the future.
It depends what things are like. There are theories that if time travel were to exist, it might only be in like one direction.
The band.
Harry Styles. They have the key to time travel. Who knew?
Pretty awesome, yeah.
A timeless band.
You go into. I feel like Harry Styles would be someone who the famous that they've got. He knew he come back and he.
Well, you know what? Busted predicted it. Year 3000, boy bands and another one and another one. They were a weird band.
They were.
It was a
Charlie's
weird
eyebrows were intense.
Yeah.
Cool, awesome. Thank you very much for coming on to the show. Folks, we've been Craic News. Where can we find Joe Cahill next?
But you can follow me, Joe Cahill Comedian, on Facebook and Instagram.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Joe Cahill, for coming in. I've been James Downey. This has been Craic News, and you can find me also on James Downey Comedy. See you next time.